Did you make the right decision leaving rap?
I did. Everything now that we see playing out was all the things I escaped. The car, the shine, the loan, Puff Daddy, the Craig Mack,
Biggie Smalls.
the Biggie Smalls. So even though I made those decisions and it cost me money, that's why I got with Killer and they gave me the money back. Me and Puff was like, I felt like I did more than I got credit for, more than I got paid for.
You felt or did you do that? Because you said felt. Like
okay,
feeling.
let's clear that up then.
You saying you feeling that?
No, we're going to keep it with, because I'm trying to be nice. I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here. I'm not here. All my peers is up here. All my peers are bosses. When it's time, just like somebody raised somebody up, you know they did work with you. They go from your little man to maybe A&R to something else. He just kept trying to keep me right here, like he didn't want me to grow at anything.
Sean, Diddy Combs' trial has ignited a media frenzy, but one voice is eerily missing, his former right-hand man, Fonzworth Bentley.
And he walks in, and this particular day, I have to admit, like I was dressed like the Black Duke of Windsor. Like I was Murk. M-U-R-K, Murk. Murking, right? Like full out, the watch vibe, And so he walked in, he walked straight to my table. I stood up and it was like a little stare down match on some
wow.
And I won. And then he just pointed to the old girl like, yo, get this dude. It was the 2-ways then. Remember the 2-way? Anybody with me? 2-way.
Yeah, I had a 2-way.
Stay with me. He's like, yo, it was, get this dude my 2-way number. Well, I didn't call him the next day because I'm busy.
Once known for carrying Diddy's umbrella and crafting his polished persona, Bentley has vanished from the spotlight, but behind closed doors, whispers of buried secrets refuse to die down.
I guess when I moved to New York, obviously I stood out dressing like this, in a lot of the hip hop clubs and things. And, literally one day he came up to me. He's like, I really want you to work on my fall wardrobe. So I exchanged information with him, a very important 2-way number. And now knowing how his schedule is, it was very difficult to get with him actually. So during his trial, we sent him a lot of, spiritual verses just to kind of support him. And then one day I left the restaurant. I was working as a maitre d' for the Madison Park, a fantastic restaurant in New York City. And I said, you remember the guy from New York City that traveled to, you remember the guy from Howard that traveled to New York City to intern with Andre Harrell? I'm that guy in 2001. Please, I need a job. And he said, come to 1396 3rd Avenue on his 2-way. And I literally raced to that address and I started as assistant that day. And the rest is history.
The thing is it was how fast he disappeared.
Yes. Now he lives in Atlanta. He's married. He has 2 sons. He's living his life. I mean, but how many? Listen, y'all, if you've ever lived in Atlanta, the majority, the majority of them are bisexual and gay men. They just give up their life to be married and gave their life to God, and they're your pastor.
And down low culture is still very, very, very heavy in the Black community in Atlanta. It's funny because Atlanta's like a gay mecca. You would think that there would be no need for down low culture, but down low culture is thriving in Atlanta still.
And it's weird because you can find whatever you want in Atlanta, any kind of relationship, poly, orgies, whatever you're into, you can find somebody there that's into it. It really, you may meet somebody and ladies like, yeah, these are my 2 husbands.
Yeah.
So you think he was Diddy's concubine?
Absolutely. He was too complicit and he was too compliant and he just disappeared. He disappeared faster than Mase did. When Mase ran from Diddy, you could see the trailer just fire from his footsteps as he ran.
That is
to
true.
The church. But I don't understand why people don't ask why. People, oh yeah, he gone. Oh, okay. Nobody bothered to ask why.
Born Derek Watkins, Fonzworth wasn't just a personal assistant, he was a cornerstone of Diddy's brand. But rumors hint at something much darker, with insiders alleging he's got blood on his hands that could blow the whole thing wide open.
He
was always right there, but not like at nighttime when we was at doing things. He wasn't around, bro. He was only there when the cameras was there and shit like that. I don't know. I don't know how much he could do. I don't know if he would say anything because he probably signed the ND, a non-disclosure, and he don't want to say anything against Puff anyway because Puff got shit on him. And I ain't talking about no sexual shit, none of that shit.
Speculation exploded after Mase and Cameron hinted on their podcast that Bentley might have had an alias like a mysterious male escort tied to the case. Then Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, took it up a notch, accusing Bentley of theft, even claiming JLO's designer boots disappeared from Diddy's mansion and mysteriously turned up in Bentley's apartment.
The nigga was stealing, bro. Yo, bro. The niggas I don't want to put that on sticky fingers. That nigga right there, bro, don't lay nothing down around him. You heard me? Don't lay nothing down around dude right there. Dog, Jennifer Lopez had these boots, they cost $5,000. I'm like, what kind of fucking boots cost $5,000? Now you gotta realize, this is like in 2000, early 2000s. These boots cost $5,000. And because she was going to be out of the country or something like that, she didn't have them come to her house down in the village because she would have never got it because they'd be stealing her stuff down there at her apartment. So she had them come to Puff house. She wanted these boots so bad. She was mad. They looked through everything trying to find Jennifer boots. Because Puff had Puff, people used to just give him and send him from everywhere. So he had this room, this mail room in his house with numbers just that he never even opened. But I don't know how Fonzworth Bentley found that shit. But we went over there to his house and we found a lot of Jennifer shit and everybody else's shit that belonged to Puff.
Rumors tie Bentley to Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, private hotel gatherings allegedly prepped with baby oil, astroglide, and zero boundaries.
But for a long time, you famously had a butler, and the guy's name, Fonzworth Bentley.
Fonzworth Bentley.
And there were these great photos that would show up in the magazines. Let's see this photo right here of Fonzworth Bentley holding an umbrella over you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's raining there. This was to protect you
from the sun and just in case it rained.
Just in case anything happened. This guy would follow you.
To be prepared.
I think he followed you around indoors with an umbrella over your head. Now what happened? He no longer works for you. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. He's an entrepreneur. He has moved on to bigger and better things.
But this raises a big question.
Yeah.
Is there an opening? Do you have a butler now?
Yes.
Who are you what are you looking for in a butler now?
I'm telling you right now, I'm actually interviewing for a butler. I'm looking for a white man. White man.
You want a white butler?
White man.
That's
white
good.
Man, equal opportunity employer.
Is there any
white
chance?
White man with an accent.
Is there any chance?
And a lot of knowledge.
Is there a knowledge? He has to have an accent and like a distinguished accent.
A lot of knowledge and service and fine wines and sexy.
Okay.
Gene Deal also claimed that the 2005 incident, where Kim Porter's nose was allegedly broken, happened after she walked in on Diddy with another man, possibly Bentley himself.
Then you heard about the fact that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht?
Wow, I ain't hear about that.
It was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book. Bro, when y'all look at this thing and saying force, y'all think that he probably threatened to beat her, threatened to do something like that. That ain't what force is. It could come from the mentality. Yo, he put her in a certain position, in a certain situation, in a certain time in her life. You understand what I'm saying? That she saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do. He had mentally controlled her. It's like a pimp. Diddy had pimp potential. He had her mind messed up where it controlled her.
Bentley's on-screen relationship with Diddy during making the band was far from glamorous. Tension ran high and Bentley was often mistreated, even working without pay early on, sparking questions about how he really earned a place in Diddy's Inner circle. After parting ways, Bentley moved to Atlanta, got married, started a family, and eventually found creative success working alongside Kanye West. But despite the fresh start, the shadow of his past never left. In early 2024, rumors swirled about a possible tell-all memoir, but Bentley remained silent, especially after federal raids hit Diddy's properties. Safes were cracked open, drawers emptied, closets torn apart. Reports mention boxes of ammunition missing Grammy Awards, and a Beverly Hills mansion left in chaos. TMZ even released images from inside the ransacked estate during the coast-to-coast raids, yet despite the damage, no arrests were made.
People in the home are traditionally detained during raids, so they don't flee, and so they don't destroy evidence.
Diddy's legal team is calling it a witch hunt, accusing investigators of excessive force, hostility, and a rushed judgment. His attorney insists Diddy will fight every single day to clear his name. But is Bentley's silence just fear of exposure? Or is it something much darker, possibly tied to those mysterious seized tapes? His story exposes the grim underside of fame, loyalty, and unchecked power, and as Diddy's trial plays out, Bentley's silence grows louder. What does he really know? Will he ever speak? Or is the truth too dangerous to tell? The world is watching and waiting.